there everybody, how are we doing? Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. I am Boomy. Hello, thank you for watching my lovelies. It's lovely to be back. I've been on holiday, as a few of you might be aware. Yes, I've been in Egypt for the last week, so it's lovely to be back. I've missed all of you, so let's get some wonderful reactions going, shall we? So this first one is very in keeping with this time of year. So we've got a Halloween related video and it comes as a request from the lovely Anne from Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much for your support, Anne. So Anne says, please check out the Fat Electrician's Spirit Halloween video on his Fat Files channel. I know you enjoy Halloween. I do. I love Halloween so much. And it's a fun store for you to check out. Oh, so Spirit Halloween. This is a store. Yeah, there's an actual store specifically for Halloween. No way. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think this would actually be my favorite store if I visit the US. Oh my gosh, how do they keep in business? So how is this possible? So all they sell is Halloween decorations, right? Do they maybe go a little bit more Christmassy, or maybe they venture into the Nightmare Before Christmas kind of realms as it gets towards Christmas? I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is very, very exciting. Let's check this out.
All right, it's October, meaning we've got about 45 seconds until we're all bombarded by the sounds of children crying and in-laws complaining, all while Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, sings in the background for the next 2 months of our lives, just completely unable to hear our own thoughts.
Mrs. Christmas.
But in the meantime, today we're talking about Spirit Halloween. You know, the Halloween store that pops up in the abandoned Kmart every year and sells a bunch of single-use costumes that have funky names because they don't want to actually pay for a license for a famous character. That place. All right, just so we're on the same page, it's going to sound like I'm talking smack about Spirit Halloween a lot throughout this video. I'm not, okay? A, I respect the hustle. B, I'm absolutely fascinated with how savage this business model actually is. All right, our story begins in the early 1980s with the founder of Spirit Halloween, a guy by the name of Joe Marver. And no, I'm not about to tell you the story about some dude that grew up and his favorite holiday was Halloween and he wanted to run a costume store and he overcame adversity to run the biggest costume store in the world. No, he was running a normal brick and mortar women's apparel store known as Spirit Women's Discount Apparel. And then one October in like 1981, 1982, there was this locally owned pop-up Halloween store that would go into the empty business right next door to him, and he noticed that they were getting more traffic and more customers in that single month than he was getting all year long. And Joe, being an entrepreneur, immediately recognizes how brilliant this business strategy actually is, because a significant portion of the revenue that a company makes during the entire year is actually made just during the holiday season, right? It's the end of the year. It's the playoffs. It's the Super Bowl. It's where you're getting the most bang for your buck.
'Tis the season to be merry.
Well, that's my name.
Oh shit.
And this Halloween store is essentially skipping all the regular season games and just showing up straight to the playoffs like it's a championship, making a ton of money, and then dipping out and taking the other 10 months of the year off. It's brilliant. Now that in itself is enough, but then you look at what these Halloween stores are selling and it makes it that much more appealing because they have extremely low expectations, right? This is basically a single serving Halloween costume, right? Nobody needs to be dressing up like a slutty nurse multiple times. This costume needs to function for like the 4 to 6 hours that you're going to be wearing it during Halloween.
Do you know, we just accept it, don't we, as well? I don't know about any of you guys, but when you're buying stuff for your Halloween costume, like you said, you know, you're going to be wearing it once. You're not expecting great quality. So, you know, you're quite happy to buy something that's a bit shoddy because you're only going to be wearing it for the one time. Most of the time, you know, maybe you can get a few uses out of it. But yeah, okay. So I'm starting to understand actually that this business model seems very, very well thought out, very clever. I love that. So I didn't know that actually. These businesses are busiest around holiday seasons. Yeah, that goes without saying. But to be able to take the following 10 months off, oh my gosh, that goes to show how much footfall they actually do get around this time of year. It's nuts.
And then you're gonna throw it in the trash. And guess what? Because you're only wearing that costume for one night, you don't really care if it's comfortable. You don't really care if it fits that great. Just the standard for the product that they have to sell is there is no standard. The bar for that is in hell. Okay, nobody cares. Everybody that goes into a Spirit Halloween knows beyond the shadow of a doubt they're basically buying garbage.
Yes.
But Nick, Spider-Man. Wow, I don't have the worst costume anymore.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because everybody knows exactly what they're getting into, okay? It's like Little Caesars Pizza, right? What's their slogan? Hot and ready. Is it good pizza? Motherfucker, it's hot and it's ready and it costs $5. Do you want it or not? You know what you're getting into. And I know what you're thinking. What about Karen, right? We all have that one aunt. Our mom has that one friend. We all know that woman that has the audacity to go to a restaurant, eat the entire entree, and then bitch that it wasn't cooked right, trying to get a discount, if not get the entire thing for free. That's the beauty of the entire thing. The entire business model has anti-Karen technology integrated right in, right? Because guess what? You can't be dissatisfied with how your Halloween costume performed until after Halloween. And guess what's gonna happen after Halloween when Karen rolls up in her white Suburban ready to berate a bunch of retail workers about how itchy little Timmy's eczema is after wearing his fucking costume? Nothing. Nothing's gonna happen because it's an empty fucking building now. They're gone.
Sorry.
That's so clever. It's so true.
These temporary Halloween stores literally get to roll up during the holiday season, the busiest, most profitable time of the year, and open a new store, increasing traffic because everybody wants to go check out the new store, and they open it under the pretenses that they're having a going out of business sale, which also increases the amount of foot traffic and people that want to go to this store. And then they make all their money and then they fucking dip. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so good. It feels like it's a bank heist, but it's completely above the table and fair game. So Joe, being an entrepreneur, recognizes this and is like, yo, I'm gonna do that from now on. And in 1983, he converts Spirit Women's Discount Apparel into Spirit Halloween. He makes over 6 figures in like 6 weeks. And then he's like, yeah, I'm doing this from now on. From there, every year he opens up more and more Spirit Halloween stores in his region. And then by the 1990s, he's operating like 60 stores every single year. And in 1999, he actually gets bought out by Spencer's Gifts. From there, he kind of becomes a CEO for a little bit. Now I still believe he sits on the board, but from here is where things really start to take off for the company and they get absolutely huge. Fast forward to 2024, they're operating 1,500 of these stores all over the country. And they're not just like small retail places on Main Street in small town America. No, these are like abandoned Kmarts that are at least 10,000 square feet or more.
I thought this was going to be like a one-off kind of store, or, you know, like maybe a few from across the US. There's 1,500? Did he say 1,500 stores? Oh my gosh. So all of you have a local one, presumably. Oh, it's so sad that we don't have anything like that over here. I would love this shop. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to say that a little bit slower because I don't feel like you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Spirit Halloween manages to open, operate, and close down 1,500 10,000 square foot retail spaces in the span of 8 to 6 weeks. Okay, do you understand how fucking crazy that is? Spirit Halloween has some of the best logistical capabilities of any entity on the planet. Off the top of my head, the only ones that are competing with Spirit Halloween are like the United States military and Amazon Prime. That's it. Those are the only people that have better logistics than this fucking Halloween store. And what's crazy is there's still an even more impressive aspect of this business because most of their full-time employees are on this realty team, and this realty team goes around and gets all the leases for these 1,500 locations, right? Do you understand the ability of those realtors to close a deal? It's absolutely insane. Just so we're all on the same page, these realtors' full-time job is to track down and find companies that have gone out of business and still have their retail space. And then they roll up being like, hey, I work for Spirit Halloween. Here's my business card. You like that? That logo of the Grim Reaper as I'm coming to visit you after your business just died? By the way, that's not the Grim Reaper. That's Jack the Reaper. It's a play on Jack the Ripper. Haha, puns. Anyways, sorry your business just died, but I had an interesting proposal. What if I throw a Halloween party inside of its corpse? It's literally the commercial
he's got
real
such
estate
a way of
equivalent of like
words.
donating your body to science, right? They're just rolling up to old Best Buys and Kmart's like, hey, you're not selling flat screens in here anymore. Let me get some animatronic skeletons and shit in here. Sell some fake blood, you know? Why not? The entire business model is hilarious because it seems like this savage cutthroat business model, but actually literally nobody's getting hurt because it's like, what else are you gonna do with that empty retail space? You know what I mean? Like, you get to make a couple of bucks. All the people in town get to drag their little 3 to 5 year old kids to see the haunted house while they buy buy their Halloween costume, and then they fuck off till next year. Like, there's no losers in the entire equation. And it shows because they are making a ton of money in a 6-week span. Last year, they made $1.1 billion in 6 weeks, okay? That's like $23 million a day. That's $220,000 per employee. Now, granted, that's revenue, not profit. I'm sure they have a ton of overhead on top of that, but it's still impressive that they're making $1.1 billion in 6 weeks. Couple of other interesting things about Halloween. They absolutely do not like being made fun of. How do I know this? Well, because the infamous Saturday Night Live skit where they did like a 3-minute bit making fun of Spirit Halloween, and then Spirit Halloween retaliated by tweeting this. I wonder if they're going to make a fat electrician costume next. You know what? I'll do it.
Oh, I do like that show, but what a burn. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. They got owned, didn't they?
Piece of fucking white trash, I say it proudly. Here, tell these people something they don't know about me.
All right, let's end this on the high note. Spirit of Halloween, in addition to making a ton of money, also runs a children's charity known as Spirit of Children, and since 2006, they have raised over $146 million, as well as provided all the costumes and necessities for these children's hospitals to be able to throw Halloween parties every single year. So in conclusion, that is Spirit Halloween, probably the most wholesomely savage company on the planet. They literally show up with their Grim Reaper logo, offer to throw a Halloween party in the ruins of your failed business, make a ton of money, and then dip out before Karen can show up wanting to return the product. And then they donate a bunch of money to children's hospitals and then get ready to do it all over again next year. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Right, we're going to wait for the
I wonder
blooper.
how much money Mariah Carey makes in royalties every single holiday season.
A lot. Right, we're bloopered out, I think. That is a good question, actually. I wonder how much she does make every year over Christmas. She's Mrs. Christmas, isn't she? Oh my gosh. So, okay, Spirit Halloween. No one's getting hurt with this business model. In fact, they are raising a lot of money for that gorgeous charity. Oh, I love them. I love them already. I've never been in one. I don't know what the quality of their costumes is like, but oh my gosh, they sound like an amazing business already. How wonderful. We need more companies like this. I think that's clever. I can't believe that there's no businesses in the UK that have thought to kind of jump on this bandwagon and imitated that. Maybe there are and I just haven't heard of them. But we definitely need more stores that specialise in Halloween, 100%. Speaking of which, I think it's about time that I get my Halloween decorations up. Putting it up a bit late this year, actually, because of the holiday. But yes, I need to get them up. I'm very, very excited about Halloween now. So thank you so much for requesting this video, and it's really got me in the spirit. As you can see from my t-shirt, I don't know if you can see this. Look at that. Wearing more spooky themed things now. It's that time of year, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that video with me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.